Welcome to Let's Get Metaphysical, the show that stretches you beyond your five senses. When you are looking for your next step on the path into the unseen, we've got you covered. Join epic adventure seekers and level up your game with your host, reality magician Bierman.
What attracts you to a partner? What attracts a certain partner to you? It's not what you think. Greetings, epic adventure seekers. I'm Bierman, and you're joining us today at Let's Get Metaphysical, connecting heart and mind. So, what is it that's causing the actual attraction to happen? No, it has nothing to do with common interests, common likes, common dislikes, and it has everything to do with what's going on out of your awareness. You've been to a party sometime or some kind of meeting, some kind of event where there are a lot of people there mixing around. And you see somebody, and you don't know that person's name. You don't know anything about that person. But what you know, because it's coming from your heart, is you want to know that person. You want to know who that person is and just want to get to know because you have a good feeling about this stranger. Now, that same party, that same networking event, whatever, there's somebody else, and you just get this feeling about the somebody else. You don't want anything to do with that person. You don't want to make eye contact. You don't want to go near that person. This is the invisible energy that I'm talking about. I'm energy, your energy, everything that exists is energy, actually the same. Energy is only one energy in the world. But that's not what I'm here to teach you right now. What I want to share with you right now is that's the energy you're not aware of that's causing you to attract a certain person. Say, what? Okay, when you were a little kid, and you didn't have the part of your brain developed, so if people told you stuff, it went in and you couldn't keep it out. What was the consequence of that? It created your belief system. It created your self-image. It created your behavior patterns. When you are looking for a partner, it's not coming from awareness. It's coming from wanting to heal your wounds that happened when you were a little kid. I'm talking about before you were 8 years old. And your partner's also looking to heal his or her wounds. And how is this happening? Out of awareness, not having it up here. That wouldn't count anyway. It would have to happen in your heart. But what's happening is your unconscious mind is saying, oh, there's somebody who has characteristics of that early caretaker. Maybe it was a parent, maybe it was a sibling, maybe it was a babysitter, it was someone responsible for your care when you were a little kid. And you weren't happy about it, but you couldn't do anything about it as a little kid. So now you're going to get it right. So you're recreating that relationship. And your partner's doing the same thing. So what you have is more of a locking horns than a content relationship. And that's why when your relationship happens and you have a honeymoon period, that might be 3 weeks, it might even be 3 years. But eventually, it's going to come crashing down. And the other piece of that you want to know is once you break up in that relationship, you get a divorce, a separation, whatever causes it to end, you got to take care of yourself and clear out all the blocks, the energy blocks that exist outside of your awareness because of the relationship. And no, you don't need to go to couples therapy to clear it. You don't have to have anything to do with the other person to clear it. But you do have to work with somebody like me who knows how to find that energy that's caught and just get rid of it. It's that simple. When somebody knows what they're doing. It's not something you do in talk therapy because it's not coming out of your ego mind. Which brings me to another point right now. You're not even listening to me. You're listening to what I call the commentator. It's a little voice running in your head that right now is saying, what little voice? A commentator? She's nuts. I'm out of here. That's the little voice. That's the commentator yapping at you. What that commentator's doing is it's taking in everything I'm saying. It's filtering through and it's giving you its interpretation. Okay, I agree with that part. Oh, that other thing is just too stupid to follow. That's what the commentator's doing. If you let it, and you let it because you're not aware of it, it's a habit you've had since you were a little kid. Now, you've heard me say a few times, I'm talking about habits, belief systems, behaviors, patterns happening since you were a little kid that are driving your behaviors, yes? I'm driving home the point now, and the commentator doesn't want you to hear this. Your little kid is running your whole life. Is that really how you want to live your whole life with your small child who has all those wounds running things? Because here's the other thing that your little kid is running and determining in your world. You get a lot of your behavior patterns by observing, by having it modeled for you when you were growing up. And a big behavior pattern that gets modeled for you is how to communicate in the relationship. Now, something I've seen, and it will go generation to generation to generation until you have it in your awareness and make a choice to do something different. What I've seen going in a family generation to generation is, I'm right and you're wrong. And it's a relationship where one or the other of you, both people are participating in this, cause an argument, a disagreement, so that the one person can say, well, I'm right and you're wrong. I was not the last person who had the salt shaker. You were, because the salt shaker is, who knows where it is? It's hiding. Anyway, that's a pattern that when you get into a relationship with the partner who you think you want to be in the relationship with, notice how the communication pattern is happening. And you might fall into it if your partner is a dominant personality and they're communicating, for instance, in the I'm right and you're wrong. And because that's the only way they'll talk to you. And this isn't in anybody's awareness, not in their conscious awareness. But you'll fall into that communication because this is your partner. And that's the communication situation and pattern that's going on until you wake up. Then you get to choose something different. So you have looking to fix, to heal that wound from your childhood and the early relationship. You're looking to pay attention to the communication pattern. Both of those are coming from your small child running your life, and it's up to you to change the patterns because neither situation is serving you. You've heard me say often, suffering is a choice. To heal, you can only heal with love. Love is the most powerful force there is. And joy, that's your natural state of being. So unless you're coming from your heart, love comes from your heart. You can't think about it with your mind. It comes from your heart. And anything you're doing in your world to make a change, you start in your heart. And you'll get the message. Remember, 5 times as many messages go heart to brain as go brain to heart. I thank you so much for being here with me today. And contact me, and maybe we'll get on a phone call and see how we can assist you in stopping your small child from running your life. Don't you think you might have some more powerful choices to make coming from your adult, from your heart, that will make your whole world brighter and lighter? Remember to enjoy, that's capital INJOY, every moment, because everything in life happens within. What's going on in your body, in your mind. Nothing's happening out there. You're not seeing out there. You're not hearing out there. You're not taste, touch, smelling out there. It can only be interpreted within. I look forward to seeing you here next time.
You've been listening to a talk on the wilder side. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Get Metaphysical. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode, and while you're at it, please leave a rating and review, and be sure to share it with your friends. Tune in every Monday for more exciting insights and wisdom on life beyond your 5 senses. Until next time, take a small step in a new direction. Start now.